Hello, today's program is Found on the Internet. I invite you to comment and share your opinions. I ask you also to like and subscribe this channel.
An Amazing World posts on the Facebook. The resurrection plant is a remarkable little plant that can live without water for a really long time, sometimes for years. When the weather gets extremely dry, the plant goes into a kind of hibernation, which means it looks completely lifeless and brown. It seems like it is just gone forever, but this is all part of its survival strategy in harsh conditions. What is truly amazing is what happens when the resurrection plant finally gets some water. Within just a few hours of being watered, it transforms back into a vibrant green plant. It is as if it has come back to life. This quick recovery can happen so fast that it almost feels like magic. The plant shows us how nature can adapt to extreme environments and come back strong after difficult times. This fascinating ability of the resurrection plant captures our imagination and teaches us about resilience. It reminds us that even when things seem hopeless, there is always a chance for renewal and a fresh start. Just like the resurrection plant, we too can find ways to bounce back from tough situations in our own lives.
I would like to invite you to read this very interesting book, A Life of a Political Immigrant, written by Bogdan Voronietsky. It is available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other outlets.
A woman after 30s posted on the Facebook a first-grade teacher was having trouble with one of her students. He was very distracted. She asked, "What is wrong with you, boy?" The boy replied, "I am too smart for first grade. My sister is in third grade, and I am smarter than her." This was too much. She took the boy to the principal and explained the situation. The principal thought and said to the boy, "I will give you a test. If you cannot answer any question, you will go back to first grade and be quiet." The boy agreed. "What is 3 times 3? 9. What is 6 times 6? 36. And so it was with every question the principal thought a third grade student should know the answer to. So the principal turned to the teacher and said, "I think the boy can move on to third grade." But the teacher said, "I have my own questions too. What does a cow have in 4 and I only have 2? The boy thought and replied, "Legs." "What do you have in your pants that is not in mine?" "Pockets." "What does a man do standing, a woman sitting, and a dog standing on 3 legs? At that point, the principal's eyes widened, but before he could say anything, the boy replied, "I am shaking hands." What word in English starts with F and ends with K, meaning hot and nervous? Fire truck. What word starts with F and ends with K? If it is not there, you have to work with your hands? Fork. All men have it, some longer, some shorter. Do they give it to their wives after marriage? Last name. Which organ does not have bones but has muscles and blood vessels? Sometimes it is hard, pulsates, and is responsible for love? The heart. The principal sighed with relief and said to the teacher, "Send him to Harvard, damn it. I answered the last 7 questions incorrectly." On October 5th, Facebook user Schwayot posted, "On the unforgiving streets of Seattle, where the cold is unforgiving, biased over van, and drugs sell like cigarettes, Jenny Burton was a mere shadow of a woman. Addicted since the age of 14, lost between heroin and methamphetamine hits, she knew prisons as well as her own name. Sometimes she slept in cars or on sidewalks, losing everything, right down to herself. Jenny was not just an addict, but also a victim of the entire system. Her mother addicted, her father in prison, a childhood ravaged by violence and neglect, and a youth wasted behind bars or in the constant pursuit of her next fix. Her life seemed doomed until the day she was sent to prison for the last time. It was not just an incarceration, but a turning point. In that darkness, a spark lit up. Jenny decided to say, "Enough." She began her journey to recovery. Painful? Yes. Long? Very. But she clung to it as if her life depended on it. After years of struggle, she got into university. There, she was not just a student, but a warrior rising each morning to break another chain within herself. In 2021, Jenny Burton, in her late 40s, stood in her graduation gown, holding her cum laude diploma in political science from the University of Washington. She cried. Not because success was easy, but because it seemed nearly impossible for someone from where she came from. Her story today is not just a story of healing, but a living testament to the fact that a person can be reborn. No matter how far they have fallen, how broken they have been, no matter whether everyone has declared them lost, Jenny, now, does not just inspire, she saves. She works with addicts, opposes repressive politicians, and carries the message, no one is beyond recovery. Facebook user, Brainy Monkey posts, 2 Texas teens invented a sound wave-powered device that removes up to 94% of United States microplastics from water, and it could help clean water globally. 17-year-olds Victoria Wu and Justin Huang from Woodlands, Texas developed a pen-sized ultrasonic device that uses high-frequency sound waves to trap microplastics in water. According to engineering, their invention works by generating acoustic forces that cause microplastic particles to cluster together. These clusters can then be easily filtered out without chemicals, heat, or high-energy input. In lab tests, the device removed between 84% and 94% of microplastics in a single pass. The teens presented their work at the 2024 Regeneron International Science and Engineering Fair, where they won the prestigious Gordon E. Moore Award and a $50,000 prize for their innovation. What makes their approach unique is its simplicity, portability, and scalability. Unlike traditional filtration systems that rely on mechanical sieves or chemical treatments, their sound wave method is gentle and energy efficient. According to Huang and Wu, the device could be adapted for use in wastewater treatment plants, textile factories, rural water systems, and even laundry machines or fish tanks. While more testing and refinement are needed before mass deployment, their invention represents a promising leap forward in the fight against microplastic pollution. And it is a powerful example of how young minds can tackle global challenges with creativity and science.
I would like to invite you to read this very interesting book, A Life of a Political Immigrant, written by Bogdan Voronyetsky. It is available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other outlets.
Thank you for your time. I hope you like it. Please subscribe to this channel and mark your thumb up. I also invite you to the next program. Have a good day.